This is the 40th Buzz Formula podcast. Marty Bahama is now talking to the famous Vanessa Gomez. And Vanessa, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a loan officer in Phoenix, Arizona. I am licensed in 9 states. I cover the West Coast and Southwest, so Washington to California, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Colorado. I think that covers all of them.
All right. And
And
and now do you find yourself working with a lot of different real estate agents as a loan originator?
yes. Mhm.
Do you
So
do you
I have my core group. Like, there's about 10 agents that I work with regularly, but I get a lot of referrals because I'm licensed in so many states. When people move around, I get referrals because I'm in their state where they're living and they're moving somewhere else, or there's somewhere else moving to where I'm at. And so I get a lot of referrals that way.
Now, I know when I first met you, I think that I had reached out to you because you were a moderator of that really big group, and
Mhm.
they had blocked me from that group. They
They
thought I
had.
was they're really good about staying on top of the people who's supposed to advertise and who are not. But I remember reaching out to you and helping you out a little bit, and all I could think about is man, Vanessa must be closing a zillion loans. She is a moderator of a group of 45, or at that time, it might have been about 30,000 realtors in it. But were you working, even though you was a moderator, were you able to use a group with a lot of those realtors or not?
I started making connections with realtors there. I was still taking company leads and working refinance leads and stuff like that at the time. And um, being in that group kind of helped me grow. I got introduced to you and doing the buzz, and I got connected with realtors there and was able to show how I'm an asset to them and all that stuff. And I'm not at the same company that I was then. I'm now a branch manager. So
Right, right. So you grew.
I've
That's
kind
awesome.
of
Yeah.
in 2.5 years that I've been a self-source loan officer, I went from being a loan officer to a branch manager.
And would you say the
So
buzz helped make that happen a little bit?
it did. It really did. I can't say that it didn't. That's how I met, like, a couple of the realtors that I work with. I met from the buzz. Like, you
Alejandra, I
connected me.
remember. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So you
I
connected me
always
with
think
them.
about that connection there, and I don't know. I mean, because I've connected a lot of realtors and loan originators together, and I try to kind of feel like that I'm the bridge. I like try to be that bridge between a realtor and loan officer, and say, hey guys, there's a better way to do this besides blaming, besides being mad at each other. Use the messenger groups a little bit and communicate better. And I always felt like when I was a realtor, that was probably one of the biggest complaints I heard around my coworkers is they would say, "Man, these loan officers just don't answer the phone. They just don't communicate well." Then on the loan officer side, you hear a lot of people complain about, "Gosh, I'm getting tired of getting beat down, and the realtor thinks it's my fault, and I can't help it that the credit report, or they come back with a collection, or they went and bought a truck, or all those weird things kind of start happening, but you start boiling it down. Hey, we're in this together. we
Exactly.
and we're trying to get this client. It's our client, not just your client, not just my client. This is our client. We're trying to get them into a house.
Mhm. And that's how I think the realtors that I work with, it's more of a team effort. It's not just me move the transaction along that way.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of lost you there a little bit, but yeah. So you're saying it's more of a. It looks like my internet connection may be a little unstable. Can you hear me? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, sometimes I'm down here in the basement, and sometimes even though I'm hardwired in, sometimes it'll still bounce in and out, and I don't understand. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Lord, we're so backwoods here. We're 20 years behind every state.
Yeah,
That's
I've heard that before.
and you've known me for a long time, and I'll be the first to admit my technology when it comes to getting videos done good or not having problems, I always have issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's awesome. And you've been I've connected you to some realtors. You met a lot of realtors on your own. You started using their Facebook groups and picking up clients that way. Now, being a branch manager, have you hired a bunch of people yet?
Not yet, because, well, COVID, I was getting ready
Yeah.
to, whenever I became the branch manager, we were getting ready to start the hiring process, then COVID happened.
Right. And it kind of,
And so,
hey,
yep, kind
the
of shut
great thing
off.
is we were essential at the time.
Exactly. So I got to stay busy and I'm
Right.
extraordinarily busy. Like this month, I closed 33 loans.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Now let me hear that because you crush everybody in my offices. Let's see here. Now, how many loans again did you close this month?
33.
Wowzers. Now, were they mainly refinances, purchases, a little bit of both?
77% were purchases.
Wow. Now, do you think majority of those come out to Facebook groups,
Um, some of them did.
or did you think a lot of them were your realtor referrals too? It come from them.
Even been doing any marketing or posting in groups or anything.
Now, I'm sorry, you kind of froze up on me again there. What'd you say?
So I've been so busy, I haven't been posting in
Right.
groups
Oh
or.
yeah. My our branch manager Neil, same thing happens to him. He closed $2.5 million a couple of months ago, but he stays so busy with the realtor relationships, which a lot of them came from the Facebook groups. But you start building these relationships, and especially if the realtor can count on you to get the job done, which obviously they can. You're closing 30 something, and that is not easy.
No, thank you.
And what's the volume on that going to be roughly? Do you think? Because I know you're in some bigger states with bigger volume too.
Over 4.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. Too amazing. I remember one time I was a branch manager up in Louisville, Kentucky, and we had closed 30 something loans, but our volume didn't even hit 3 million. We hit like 2.9 million. And I was so mad because I was number two in the company in units, but you had to hit 3 million to get a bonus check that of each month. They
Oh
just rate.
no.
They just did that whole thing they always do, where they change your comp plan. When you work for those companies like that, and and I was like, how can I be number two in the company in units, but not even get a commission check because I'm doing loans in Dane, Kentucky, where the loan amounts are less than 100,000.
Well, I work California, so that's part of it too. Is you just need one deal in the Bay Area and you're at $1 million for the month.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now, do you get a lot of loans out of California? And do you feel like that the are those coming from relationships from realtors, or you think those coming from the Facebook groups too, or a little bit of both?
Those are realtor relationships.
I have connected a bunch of people in California, and I feel like that a lot of realtors still. I've got some, and I've got some loan officers out there that are using the groups, and they feel good about the groups. I have some that use the groups, and they're like, I'm just not getting anybody that's can income qualify. That with the property being so high out there. You had to make pretty good money.
Mhm.
I think it may be like 80,000 or 100,000 a year, probably combined.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is amazing. Didn't you need to get that because we can?
Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah, but it is awesome that you're my 40th podcast client, and that we have. It's been now probably a couple years. I mean, I know time
Close
flies,
to
and
3.
yeah, that I first reached out to you, helped you a little bit, and you kind of some people take off on it on their own. I know we still communicate, and but you stay so busy, obviously closing. I don't have one person in my company or with our branches yet that has closed more than 20 loans in a month. So closing 30 something loans, that's freaking amazing, and it's not easy to do. I mean, you got to be able to communicate with everybody.
Yeah.
So now, do you? I know you don't work with Southwest. You work with a totally different company. And then do you find yourself using Messenger a lot for the communicating?
I do.
You
With
feel like
realtors,
it's Yeah,
yep.
you feel like it's a lot more instant, a lot more quicker.
Well, and it's so because I have my face in front of a computer screen all day long, Messenger's right there. Like I can have it on my computer and it pops up and makes noise. I don't have to take my attention away from the computer. I can
Right.
just look on a different screen, type my message, and get back to what I was doing. I'm like, I usually have like 3 screens or more,
Now,
and I'm usually working on 2 files at a time.
do you have a processor or a heck of a team around you? I take it.
I have an assistant that is totally green that I just hired, and I'm teaching him, and then I have a processor, and that's it.
And then so that processor is strictly going processing and sending it straight up to underwriting.
Mhm.
That is friggin' amazing. That is
We
absolutely
handle
amazing.
getting all the docs and everything, and then the processor just processes the file.
Now, does she just process for you or for a bunch of people?
Processes for 5 other loan officers.
Oh wow! Now, are they hitting those kind of numbers or hitting big numbers, or are you the really only one hitting the big numbers?
The there's some of them are most of them are doing 5 or more a month. So,
So this processor's knocking out about 50 loans a month.
yep,
And the processor, he or she, they've been many years experience in this business.
15. Yeah.
15 years experience. That
Yep.
is, you tell that processor of yours that Murdy Human is impressed. Very, very impressed. I'm impressed with both of you.
I
I mean,
will. She's absolutely amazing. I couldn't
that
ask for a
is,
better processor. I love her to death.
that is awesome. That is awesome. All right, Vanessa, well, you go have a great weekend, and I appreciate you getting on this podcast with me. And now, again, you're a loan originator. You cover many states. Would you recommend the Buzz formula to other loan originators or realtors?
Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate that. And I will definitely be recommending people to you forever. There's no doubt about that. Thank you again. You have a great weekend. I appreciate it.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.